Hello and welcome again to TPM software, Technology Property Management for the Letting Industry. We're in our desktop, and what we did on the last tutorial was add an applicant, transfer the applicant Joe to Tenant. So we'll just have a quick look at that. If we click on the Tenants graphics or icon, we'll see that here that Joe Brown has been given a tenant number. All his details are in. What we'll do now is go to the Joe Brown's record, and it's quite sophisticated, and it's got the main tenant, additional tenants, tenancy setup, general accounts, property accounts, landlord accounts, management fees, maintenance, inventory, reports and utilities. So all in all, quite a sophisticated piece of form work here. So what we've got is all the information pulled through to the tenants form. These buttons here are drill down buttons. So if we click on that drill button there, drill down button, this will take us to the property that Joe Brown is now inhabiting. So click on that. You can see right away that the property that Joe Brown took on is Hawkhill Place. If we go to tenant now, it's now been populated with the tenant ID, Joe Brown, and all his details have been concatenated together in contact details, including all his telephone numbers, etc. So if we exit that, and we're back to Joe Brown. Now, Joe Brown, additional tenants, we can see that Mary Brown's there, and we double clicked on Mary Brown. It takes us to her record, which was filled in at the applicant stage. Close that. Tenancy setup, all the financial information relating to Joe Brown's application is there to be seen. All we need to do now is print a service invoice or a management invoice for the tenant's records. This will be posted to Sage, and also will be kept as an in-house copy if you don't use Sage. So print service invoice, the date we go in there, and we preview the invoice. We've got the invoice details regarding Joe Brown. The invoice number is sales invoice 1. Joe Brown, tenant ID, all the details relating to Joe and his previous address and his new address, and all the financial details. So we close that. So what we're going to do now is have a look at the general accounts. Now if we get into general accounts, what has happened here is that the sales invoice has been produced excuse me, and we can see that the setup fee was £117.50, and there's a VAT element to that. The holding deposit is £800, the rental deposit is £800, and these are all put into nominal codes that are used in most accounting packages, especially Sage. We've got his bank details for when he pays us. In property accounts, we'll look at that. We can see there's a periodic charge been raised for the 1st of the 11th for the £800, which was placed before us for Hawkhill Place. This is done automatically by the press of one button, which I'll show you later on. His next rent due is the 1st of the 12th. The system works that out. In landlord accounts, we've got the same details, but the landlord's invoice number is landlord invoice number 1, and the dates there, and all the details again with the nominal code and the correct side of the books, and concatenated in there is all the details regarding the actual description. This landlord's management rate is 10%, so the actual net amount is £80 plus 14, which should be shown in management fees, and there it is. management fees £14 and VAT, net 80, gross 94 for Joe Brown. There's no maintenance yet on his records regarding this property, and there's not been an inventory done yet, but we just would do that as the property was inspected. Plenty of reports in the system: tenants to property, suspended tenants, property to tenants, tenants deposits, and so forth. Enough for any agency to run on. And utilities, we'd fill in the actual readings that we have for this property at this time when Joe Brown took it on. This would follow the initial setup readings from when we took on the landlord. And of course there's the gas meeting, the dates, the water reading, the dates, etc. On the left hand side you'll see there's some utility buttons: export tenants details CSV, export to Excel, email, mail merge all information. There's a rent increase button, increase letters, labels, and a list. So the buttons at the bottom are fine buttons. They're there as you go through at the bottom of the screen. So if we want to find say a tenant, click on there, search my last name, and if we just put in there Brown, it obviously would have found Joe Brown right away. So exit that, and we're taken back to this screen. Now this screen shows is a summary screen, as we call it, a Brown's table, which shows the rent, the next rent due, the start date, the end date of the tenancy agreement as it stands, and any move out dates. The move out date is in the main record. We click on Joe Brown and go to Tenancy Setup. We'll see that we've got a move out date there. Yep, and we just enter a move out date there. Now if you see the black box and you can't access it, you just press F3 on your keyboard, and that allows you to enter the move out date if there is one. If we put a move out date there, say it was 2011 and he's moving out in the 1st, save that record by pressing F9, exit that. We'll now see that the move out date is the 1st of November. The system will sort tenants by lease expiry notice dates, which is this date here, and we can look at suspended tenants list if there are any. We can search for a property by the street number. We can search by a tenant's last name, and there's a query language built into the system which you can use to find anything prevalent to the database, which is quite a powerful feature in this application. So just building a function list just now. We've got Tenants Cash Book. I'll let you know what that is in a minute. And we've got any extra notes for the tenant. So move out date next year. And just save that. F9. And if we look now, we can see that the query by expression dialog box has come up. We won't go on to explain this just now, but we will in other tutorials, so I'll just close that now. So close tenants, save the changes, which was the move out date, and that is really what's involved with looking at the tenants details on the tenants form.